Guys, I'm just doing a video on my detector display wall. I've finished, at least I hope, or I think I finished the wall, or walls, I guess. But anyway, for those of you who don't know what this exactly is, I had made a video explaining, but basically, that was just a plastic bag. Basically, up here in my attic room, I just mounted a bunch of my vintage smoke detectors from the 1970s all the way up through the 1990s. I think the newest one I have up here is from 2003 or so. But yeah, so the last video I did it wasn't quite as much, so I'm just gonna give you an update. And I've mounted all my vintage detectors. There's a few that I don't have, but I'll get to that in a while. So, start by going in and checking it out. This wall here is the hardwired or 120 volt AC powered wall, and all of those are powered up, with the exception of that one right there. Basically because I ran out of room in my little power strip there. Also, there's another hardwired one right there because I didn't have any room on this wall to put that one on. Also, I've got, this is mostly the battery powered wall, of course, with the exception of that one. So, I think before you saw me with some of these detectors up, but not all of them. Actually, yeah, I did. I just told you that. So anyway, I just wanna, oops. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna start on this wall, the hardwired wall, and what I'm gonna do is I have batteries in almost all of them, so I'm gonna test the ones that I can test, and I'm not gonna test the ones that I can't test, obviously. So I guess we'll start at this wall. So up here at the very top here we have a little FireX FX1218. There's its label. This is going to be a pretty long video, actually, because I'm also going to show all the labels and everything that I made. FireX FX1218. And then there's the detector itself. It is powered with 120 volt AC. And I also have a battery in it for battery backup, because if I didn't, it would just keep chirping. Okay, moving down the line, we have a Honeywell TC49A hardwired smoke detector. Of course, you've seen this in many of my videos. I'm not going to test it because lately it's been falsing a lot after I blow into the sensor just to test it. Like, if I don't want to use matches, I'll just blow into the sensor right there through this vent. And lately, right after I've done that, I think I might be like spitting into it or something, because it falses often. And I've cleaned out the sensor and it's plugged in now. It's been plugged in for about a full day and it hasn't falsed yet, so I'm pretty confident about it. You can see the little red LED right there. And also it doesn't have a test button, so I don't want to test it. Yeah, there's the label that I made for it. Model TC49A1195-2. Oh, and just open up the cover for you. There's the inside the cover. And get it back on. And I can get this in place. Oh, click. Okay. The light went back on. The horn beeped for a little bit. Chirped. Okay. That's that one. So right here we have a FireX G-6. This is one of the ones I have. The other one is currently in my room over there somewhere. G6, also known as a catalog number 406. And it's, obviously there's the little label I made, where you can kind of see right there. And I drew arrows on some of them. They were in a tight squeeze, So yeah, and this one is not powered up right now because I ran out of cords. Basically, I used like all my cords here, my clip cords. I guess it might be time for me to go out and get another one. So yeah, but anyway, this one does basically the same coating as the FireX FX1218 here. I think it might even have the same horn. Anyway, right down here we have the Gillette 941 photoelectric detector. I really should make a note on the label about that, but there's the label right there. And I guess I can test this. This one scares me though. It's like it takes a long time for it to go off. So I guess I'll just push the button and it's gonna scare me. God. Okay. Yeah, see what I mean? It takes a long time for that one to go off. That's why I don't like testing that one. But once you push the button, once you push it for a few times, once you push it a few times, it goes off a little easier. Maybe it needs to like warm up. Anyway, right down here we have the BRK 1839 ACI. Of course, there's the label I made. Yeah. Of course, you've seen this in my videos before. I think you've seen all of these in my videos. Actually, yeah, I have seen all these in my videos. Yeah, just test this one. Okay. And, oh yeah, I already showed the label, but of course there's the red LED. Also that one, I forgot to show the red LED there too. Here's the Earli-Gard. The other one of the ones, these two go together. These two came out of the same place, so they go together kind of. I put them right next to each other. Earli-Gard. I forgot to put like Square D picture on there. Picture Square D's logo because it is Earli-Gard by Square D. Maybe I'll just write it next to, I don't know. But yeah, EGD5S. Also 120 volt AC powered. I'm really looking for I can't talk today. I'm kind of looking for the battery-powered version of this, the EGD5B. I know Endlin has one, but, you know, if one pops up on eBay or at Goodwill, I might just grab it. Anyway, go ahead and test this one. Yeah, that one does the 5.6. And then, of course, down here, oh yeah, I forgot to show you the label. Down here we have FireX FX1020. See the red LED. Oh, and forgot to show the red LED on the Earli-Gard, indicating that there's power. Red LED in the FireX. There's the label right there. And let's go ahead and test it. Let's try that again. Oops. This one has a problem where it falls off sometimes. It's just hanging on there by a nail because I didn't get a mounting bracket with it. Anyway, so that's the hardwired wall, or the 120 volt AC powered wall. Of course, there's the LifeSaver, Fyrnetics LifeSaver 1200, which is also hardwired, but it doesn't have a test button, so I can't test it. So, yeah, and there's the label I made for that one. See, that is actually not the real logo. I just typed that up on Microsoft Word. I thought it looked interesting. Right next to it, we have the Kidde model 0916. Of course, this is the newest one I think I have, and it's over 10 years old. It's 13 years old, but it works. Yep. Right here is the First Alert SA76RD, and this one I currently do not have a battery in because it falses still, but you all know what it sounds like. I mean, you saw it in my other video. So, but there's the label, and of course this is also the model numbers. Well, this one has a problem where the nail comes out of the wall. I mean, the model number is SA76RD, but basically what it is just a first generation SA67D. See if I can get this. Okay, there. And of course it's got the rare, very rare, what I call the false alarm sensor, because that sensor is known for falsing. Now let me put this cover back on. Okay. Right next to that we have the second gen First Alert SA67D. Notice the smaller construction with the smaller ring right here. And there's the little label that I made. And let's test it. Of course, that one does the 4.6. Right next to that we have the Gillette Model 929 12.6 volt smoke detector, photoelectric as well, just like its hardwired counterpart, the 941. Yeah, this one I can't test obviously because it's a 12.6 volt model, and the battery that it takes is no longer made because it contained mercury, which is dangerous. Right down below that we have the SmokeGard, or Statitrol SmokeGard 800A. Actually, the full model number is 800A 8101-1, but I just wrote 800A series on it because that's kind of what it is. And there's the label I got. I love that logo. Yeah, this one is powered up right now. I was able to find 6 AA's, Duracell AA's. But of course I can't test it because it doesn't have a test button. You use smoke to test it. And you saw this in my video a few days ago. I am planning to make a remake of testing it, though, because that testing video was awful. I only got a few beeps out of it. Yeah, so, SmokeGard. Right here we have one of my favorites, the GE Home Sentry 8201-401C. There's the label I made. And, of course, go ahead. Of course, does that lovely warble that we all know and love that these often did. Open up the cover, and you can see kind of sensor horn. This one's, of course, got the rare brown base. I should have made a note on the label for that, because this one is pretty special because it has that brown base. Right below that we have the classic, the First Alert SA76RS. This First Alert's debut model. Actually, the SS74R or SS76R, whatever that model number was the debut model, but it didn't have a test button. And that one's really rare. Like, I've never seen one in my life. So I just consider this one their debut model. So, and of course, it's also got the sound that everybody loves. Yep, and there's the label. Right next to it, we have the First Alert SA80FC, which is a variant. It's sort of an offspring of the SA76RC. I don't have an SA76RC, but basically the SA76RC is this detector with this cover. There's the label. Oh, I actually forgot to show you the inside of the SA76RS. So stupid of me, but here you go. Squealer horn, coffin-shaped sensor, battery, yep, cover. Put the cover back on without setting it off. But yeah, the SA80FC, of course, a little bit different design. Inside, horn, sensor, battery, inside the cover. Put the cover back on. Test. Right below that, we have the Sears 246.57046, or catalog number 957046, from 1974. And this one, of course, has that built-in heat sensor. But as you can see, it's the same thing as the SA76RS. Squealer horn, coffin-shaped sensor. There's the heat switch inside the cover. Of course, the cover's that classic Sears style that everybody loves. It's produced all the way, I think, through the 90s, or no, maybe not the 90s, but the late 80s. And of course, test it. Love that. Okay, right next to that we have the First Alert SA120, a very special SA120, because it has that ultra rare red colored horn, and I'm not going to take it off. Well, actually, I guess I can. And that awful, or not, why did I say awful? That rare red label on the back of it. Try to get this back on the wall without having the cover fall off and break the light lens like N-Lens did in his video. Well, actually, that was the Sears version. Yeah, so, and I already showed you the inside of the cover. Yeah, red horn, sensor, same sensor as the S80FC light right there. Of course, this one was the first one to have the escape light. 2 batteries, one for the light, one for the alarm. Test button inside the cover, light lens, yeah, everything. Oops. Light's pretty bright too. Okay. Oh, and yeah, there's the label, like I said. And my note has rare red horn and red label. Right next, or not next to it, but down below we have the Entronic Vigilante detector. Model Z700 12.6 volt from around 1975. I don't want to take the cover off of this one because this one's a pain in the ass to get the cover back on once you take it off. I guess I could try. Well, let me pause the video. Alright, cover off, squealer horn, weird flat sensor with radium-226 instead of americium. This piece comes off for cleaning, if I can get it off. This piece is called the target. There's the inside where the radium is, and oh god, why did I take this off? Okay, yeah, there. Blue circuit board, really nice. And of course I can't test it because it takes that wonderful battery, 12.6 volt mercury battery that we all, well, smoke alarm collectors don't like it because you can't really power, because they don't make them anymore, but inside the cover, labeling, everything like that. There's why it's so hard to get back on. I'm going to try doing this. If I can't, I'm just going to turn off the video and try again. And I can't test it because it uses the mercury battery, but I also can't test it, even if I did have that battery. It doesn't have a test button, so I need to use smoke to test it. Pause the video really quickly while I put this cover back on. Alright, it took me 3 minutes to put the cover back on. Yeah, I can tell why they stopped making these. Anyway, next to that we have the FamilyGard 83R, also known as FG888D. And of course this one's the one that got painted. I know I have other model. Okay, yeah, that just fell for some reason. But I know I have other models that I have 2 more in my shelf that aren't painted, but for some reason I leave this one. I don't know. And this one the alarm constantly goes off when the battery's connected because that sensor was painted. Down below we have, oh, and there's the label right there. Classic FamilyGard style, by the way. Down below that we have the First Alert SA90 LT light test version of the second gen SA67D. Open it up. Same thing as that one up there, except it has that light diode thingy. Of course, this one came from my grandma's house. There's a label. Focus. Gold button, of course. So that's pretty much it. The few detectors I haven't included are, well, the Kidde Nighthawk KNCOSMB from 1999 I haven't included because there's really no space to put it. I mean, I could put it there, but that'd be so far away from everything. And I think a few First Alerts, or BRKs or something like that. I don't remember. I have a lot. I don't even remember which ones I have in my drawers. Oh, the Gentex, of course, since that one's too new, really. The other G-6, obviously, because it's a duplicate of that one. And the other 0916 is obviously it's a duplicate. But yeah, so I'm just going to go around, just test them all once more for you, just really quickly. Hopefully this won't go off. Okay, you know what, we're not going to do that one. Alright, there you go. That's the detector display wall. Hope you enjoyed this rather long video, and thank you for watching. And more videos to come. I'm looking at getting a TC89B, which is the actual, the battery-powered version of the TC49A, so hopefully I'll be getting that soon. I'm also looking at getting one of those, what do you call them? Well, I want an SA76RC, but I'm looking at getting one of those weird metal ones, like with all the holes in it. The Vulcan ones, yeah. But anyway, there's the detector wall for you. So, goodbye.